Right, hello.
If you can't hear us, please exit the stage and then rejoin. Discord is a great app that always works. Welcome to the Arc C Harga Show, episode 6. How are you doing today, Elpascal?
Yeah, I'm doing quite all right. Here on the other end of the Atlantic. Hope you're also doing okay.
Oh, yeah, it's just noontime here. So,
Nice.
you are the author of one of the best mods created of all time, The Living Desert. Why don't you tell us a little bit how that idea got started?
Yeah, sure. I suppose it started pretty much way back in 2016. It wasn't the first bit of modding I did, but like a lot of people who actually mod New Vegas, I'm mostly drawn in by its world building, I suppose. And so Living Desert was always kind of about like expanding on the world building and expanding on what's kind of explained in the world building but isn't shown, as well as compensating for one of the game's weaknesses, that being, of course, the kind of dead and static world.
Okay, so it was more of a idea of, hey, these things are happening around us. We don't see them, but these are definitely
Yeah,
things
yeah,
that are
exactly.
happening. Yeah, I mean it's a very cool
Yeah, I
mod.
mean, New Vegas is it's a pretty reactive game, but only in terms of like, the ending slides or like randos on the street commenting on what you did. So I just wanted to kind of bring all of these theoretical consequences into, the actual game world, so you could see them for yourself.
So when's the nuclear winter update?
Christmas 2077.
uh, what were some of the challenges with like getting that mod actually detecting like what you've done in the game world? Is it just like a bunch of checks or?
Yeah. It runs on like one or two big quests, which have like a game mode script attached that's always running in the background,
Mhm.
uh, and which are checking for like certain quest variables, certain story events, that kind of stuff. Yeah, but I'd say the biggest challenge of actually getting it there was to just sort of battle my own incompetence. Because when I started out making that mod, I was not ready. I didn't understand anything about this game. I could barely script. Um, and yeah, it was sort of a kind of a happy accident, kind of a fluke that it actually got as popular as it did. Which was a bit scary when I started out, because I uploaded that mod and I recall I went to bed, got up the next morning, and it already had like over 1,000 downloads in like 6 hours. So yeah, starting from that point on, I spent the next couple of years basically just trying to fix my own fuck ups and trying to shape it up somehow.
Yeah, with 600,000 unique downloads, almost 700,000. I can imagine uh seeing that first 1,000 downloads and kind of shitting yourself.
Oh yeah, I mean, I had released like one or two files before, but those were like very obscure. Yeah, right. I made like a restoration of the cut underpass settlement. That one, I think, yeah, it has like 7,000 downloads now, even though it's depreciated. But yeah, I immediately recognized, okay, Living Desert's gonna be like a whole other thing, and it's going to keep me busy for some time to come.
Yeah, it's definitely probably one of the most modern downloaded mods of all time.
Yeah, yeah.
What were some of like your best? What would you say are like the best? I would say consequences, but like features of that mod.
Mm, Let me think. Well, I mean, I suppose like the fairly obvious one and the big one is, of course, just having more people actually out on the road, right?
Mm.
Like in Vanilla New Vegas, there are only a couple of select zones where you can actually encounter like traveling merchants or whatever, or a couple of raiders kind of loitering about. Um, so I think that's what kind of one of the big accomplishments for Living Desert, that it just doesn't really feel like you're the only person actually traveling through the world anymore.
Yeah, it definitely does make the desert feel a lot less lonely when you see the NCR troopers roaming around, or if you go the brotherhood patrols too are also really cool.
Yeah, yeah, right. That was another thing. Like, they talk so much about how they're going to lift the lockdown and they can finally send their patrols out again, and then you just never see them.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, one of those things that inspired the mod, I suppose.
What is the what is like your least favorite thing about working on the living desert?
Um, hmm. I mean, I suppose like just one thing that's always a bit annoying is having to sort of clean up over past mistake and clean up like after past mistakes of mine. Like there's still some bits in the mod that are like not that different than they were back in 2018. Those I usually have to just rebuild from the ground up because my methodology has changed that much. And beyond that, I suppose the hit squad system, that one's always been a bitch to work with and to actually get to function.
Yeah, as someone who's tried messing with the hit squad stuff, it's just kind of annoying to work on.
Oh yeah.
It's like Obsidian didn't know how to like make things for Bethesda game or something.
Yeah, that's kind of a common theme, I suppose. I mean, the hit squads for like the Legion and NCI hit squads in the base game, they also work on a different system than the ones the Living Desert do. So I also couldn't like hijack that one and just add like new squads to it. I kind of built another thing from the ground up that was based on, I think it was based on the hit squads in Karmic Balance, the push the win button mod.
Mm-hmm. Pistol asks a pretty good question here. Has no one offered to help you on your projects, or do you just work alone?
I do get offers somewhat often, and I've accepted help here and there for like smaller stuff. Like for example, for Living Desert, Casapert once released an update for it where he just went over a lot of the scripts and fixed a lot of the problems with that. Um, and also for example, for the quest mod that I'm working on, I've also accepted a couple of Hitman 47101. He's helped me with a couple of assets that needed fixing to be usable in a level design context. But yeah, for the most part, I kind of prefer doing my own thing. Though I've also worked on some group projects before, so depends on the context, I suppose.
What's your favorite kind of comment you get on like the Living Desert or your other mods?
I mean, it's always glorious when I receive a comment that's directly answered by the FAQ. That's always very fun. I just, in those cases, I just copy paste that bit from the FAQ and don't even bother responding beyond that. And of course, another one that's always fun is people asking if I can do like a version of the mod that doesn't include the DLC or that doesn't include one of the specific DLC that they don't have. It's like, you can get a Steam key for the Ultimate Edition for like 150 these days. It's really not a big investment.
No, it's I love it when people's like, "Oh, I don't have the DLC." It is the year of our Lord 2025. It goes on
Yeah,
sale for like $3 every other month.
yeah,
It is not hard to source a copy.
yeah, no, definitely. But I suppose for some people, apparently it is.
I get those comments on another millennia as well. We have a whole FAQ no one reads.
Mm.
They're like, "How
Yeah,
does
I mean, that's a classic. Nobody reads the descriptions, nobody reads the FAQ.
nobody reads anymore?"
So
Nexus
true,
users,
bestie.
Nexus users are not immune to the allegations. Now here's the question that you've been asked 800,000 times. When TTW version?
Never.
No.
I don't know. I've made some plans for a TTW version, but these days I'm kind of pursuing some other projects, and also Let's Zap IV or Let's Zap 4, I don't know what it is. He's made a mod for DC. Hold on, I had to check what's it called again? DC. Was it DC Patrols or DC NPCs?
You don't
Ah,
understand. I live off of saltiness and pipe condensation, so you need to update your mod for me. True.
so true. Uh, yeah, right. Okay, I found it. Yeah, there's a mod called DC NPCs TTW by Let's Zap IV or
Oh
Let's
yeah.
Zap 4, and a very uncreative username apparently. And that kind of already does a lot of the stuff that a Living Desert for TTW or for like the DC Wasteland would be doing. So
Mhm.
it's probably kind of redundant for me to actually make a standalone mod for that purpose at this point.
That's understandable. I can definitely.
Never say never.
Hey, you'll like download TTW and be like, I can do something here. And they're aliens, more likely than you think.
Definitely.
No, see, what you could do is have the DC stuff happen in the New Vegas world space because that makes sense clearly.
Oh yeah. I mean, that way at least New Vegas could actually get a good world space. So win-win.
When just put the entirety of Fallout 3 again.
Yeah, yeah, kind of like those GTA mapping projects that just like put the different game maps in the same world space, so they're just like separate islands with a bit of water in between. So you have like New York right next to Miami, so to speak.
It's wonderful. All right, let's see here. So what kind of things inspired the Living Deserts, like events or
Hmm.
like NPCs traveling? Like what inspired like that? Any like specific media references in there that we don't know about?
In terms of media references, I kind of intentionally held back because I think that those often tend to age quite badly.
Mm.
But I'd say generally, like the big inspiration, besides of course just like New Vegas itself and the lore of the game, um, was Fallout 1 and 2. You know, in Fallout 1 and 2, you constantly encounter like merchants and like random weirdos somewhere out in the wasteland. And of course, Fallout 3 and 4 also sort of do that with the random encounter system. But I'm not as much of a fan of the random encounter system
Well,
because it
Fallout
kind of
4 is
helps to. Hmm?
I said Fallout 4 is kind of broken half the time.
Yeah, Fallout 4 is just too dense, you know? Like, you can't walk 5 steps. Like, you have a small settlement of like 3 people right next to your super mutant base. How are these people even still alive? It's just.
It's
Eh.
dense but also surprisingly shallow.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll give Fallout 4 another chance sometime, but it's not a game I'm ever interested in modding. But that's like sort of what I wanted to avoid for New Vegas, you know, where it
Mm.
just feels like the world is overcrowded. And like, I kind of wanted to make it so the world feels like, you know, all the NPCs and all the factions in them also have agency independently of what the player does. So a system where everybody only spawns in if you get like within 15 feet of a certain trigger. That's yeah, that wasn't something I was interested in doing.
Yeah, I can definitely understand why you wouldn't be. You definitely don't want something that's like too oversaturated.
Yeah, yeah.
A good example of that is unfortunately another millennia with only New Vegas side uniques because I put a unique in every fucking location. there's there's too many of them.
I suppose
Uh
they could like do a checklist kind of thing, right? Where people can manually enable the weapons they want.
oh yeah. No, we did that. We have the whole
Oh, okay, right.
yeah, we have the whole any for a reason. Let's see here. I have a couple more of these here. What has been your favorite contribution to your mod by someone else?
By someone else, let me think. I mean, a very uncreative username, aka Trooper. He did a ton of stuff for Living Desert in terms of just like bug reports and some minor stuff that he's contributed, like certain types of scripting. And Wall says it was me doing nothing. Of course, Wall, you're also my favorite, you know that. Yeah, Wall's here to kind of make sure I don't speak about the Cabal, which doesn't exist, by the way.
What cabal? Huh?
The modding Cabal? Huh? What are you talking about?
Those aren't real people. I'm not in that group, so therefore they can't be
Yeah.
real.
See, Wall, I'm being a good boy. Please don't murder my parents.
What parents?
Oh no.
um, what is something that you look for in other mods that you decide to use that aren't yours?
Um, so let me think. I mean, when I use quest mods, for example, of course, I have very high standards, kind of like Fuse does, I suppose, towards the level design in other mods, as well as just the writing quality. And I feel like generally, Juvega's quest mods have been getting a lot better. Like, I think you've mentioned it before in another interview. There was this kind of quest mod trot for a couple of years where nobody was releasing anything really.
Mhm.
But I feel like after that, for some reason, all the mods that have been coming out have been you know, pretty good, like pretty high effort all in all.
Yeah, quest mods have been getting a lot more intense with things like Long 15 coming out next month.
Oh yeah, yeah, that one's really close. And there's also the Nova Arizona one. Was that what it was called?
Yeah, Nova Arizona.
Blanking on the name.
He's gonna
Yeah,
get an episode on here eventually.
yeah. Of course, there's also like Kingman, the Frontier rework. Yeah, we're definitely living through a bit of a golden age of New Vegas quest mods right now. Well, perhaps we have one right ahead of us, more like.
I mean, we're tomorrow. Fallout 4 completely breaks, so we're gonna see a bunch of those losers come over to the Vegas side.
Oh, right,
again.
right. They're doing that pointless update. Yeah.
Yes, the update to let everyone own all the Creation Club content for $20. Yes.
Yeah.
Surely nothing will go wrong and break everything.
Yeah. And I'd say like let's not try to jinx it, but yeah, it's definitely gonna break everything.
They always do.
Yeah.
There's no
Oh,
hope
I
for.
just saw Dibia asked if there have ever been any mods I thought about adding reactivity to. Um, Actually, I was involved in a couple of mods where I did that. Like, I did a bit of workspace work and reactivity stuff for the Frontier, New California, and also Tales of New Reno 2. So I suppose since I was interested enough in actually like working on those mods, those would probably count.
Yeah, I've also done some work like that with like when I made my big update for Alton, Illinois for Janitor Dave.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a classic, yeah.
Oh, it is. I got it in my ass, and I was like, huh, these level lists kind of suck ass. And then 20 hours later, oh, I kind of redid all the level lists.
Yeah. I mean, Alton, Illinois, I think that's like one of the very first world space mods ever made for like Fallout 3, isn't it? Like that one is
Um,
ancient.
yeah, I think so. I mean, it's got the sauce. I think it's a fun world space.
Yeah, yeah. I
It-
remember playing it and also enjoying it, even though I didn't really understand what was going on in the story. But you know, it was definitely fun to explore. It had good vibes.
I will say the Plague is the dumbest faction I've ever encountered for like enemy motivation. Postman
Yeah,
6 asks, Pascal, weren't you working on a radar update for TLD?
yeah. It's already kind of sort of implemented in a mod. Like there's a radar module you can now switch on or off the radar presence in a mod. Um, but yeah, there's just some features there that I'm probably going to add in a later update.
What features do you? Well, we'll talk about these features. What do you add?
Yeah, so I already added like a bunch of new like radar patrols and scripted ambushes in the last update, as
Mhm.
well as some gang fights. So you have like, for example, a bunch of jackals attacking a powder gang outpost. So I would like to add more of that for one. Then I'd also like to add some more like takeovers. You know, so if you take out the inhabitants of certain towns or certain radar outposts, you know, another gang is going to move in and turn it into a base. It's kind of something that I would like to add probably over the course of a couple of updates because it's a lot to take on all at once.
Oh yeah, messing with any faction and Gek is always a
Yeah,
fun and very
yeah,
involved process.
definitely. I suppose plus I should also add, I'm also thinking of maybe adding a couple of like higher leveled variants to certain raider types because yeah, there are some that you know some raiders in New Vegas that just suck ass pretty much. Like they don't level with you at all, so you can just like one shot them. So it would be cool to have like a couple of like stronger variants of I don't know powder gangers, jackals, or such spawn in throughout the game. That, though that's definitely also probably going to be locked behind an inivar just to make sure um, it doesn't mess too much with the balance for people who use a lot of other mods.
Listen, I assure you, giving the fiends a op from Counter Strike is a perfectly balanced idea.
So true, definitely.
That is why I did it. But yeah, I really wish that there was a good mod that made the Jackals and Vipers feel more like Raidery. I think a mod that does the Vipers pretty well is like Cabot Quest. It
Yeah,
add
yeah, that's a cool one.
it adds to the Vipers a lot. But they kind of just don't feel like anything in Vegas. They don't have any special
Yeah, I
armor.
mean, yeah, especially like they don't even have their own combat dialogue like the fiends do. Plus, Jackals and Vipers just look interchangeable because they just wear the same kinds of armor.
Yeah, they just only wear the
The
Merc
biggest difference
armor.
is just that, like, yeah, exactly. Like they all kind of look the same. That's something I thought was kind of cool about Mojave Raiders by Push the Win button, which actually like adds the Fallout 3 Raider armor to or like tribal armor, some variants thereof to those Raider gangs to make like the Vipers and the Jackals feel a bit more distinct.
Yeah, I think the next time I feel like working with armor autism, I'm gonna do something with the Jackals and Vipers. Whenever I finally get back to playing New Vegas,
Yeah,
instead of
that sounds
20
cool.
years trapped in TTW. Uh, What else? Oh yeah, you worked leveled lists, so you know. The NCR troopers don't use leveled lists, and that's hilarious.
Yeah, yeah, it's fantastic stuff.
They
Obsidian, they just had no idea what they were doing at all. It's sometimes it's very funny until it affects something that you want to do personally.
it's like for the longest time I thought that my when I was first starting uh doing leveled list stuff, I thought my NCR lists were just wrong, but turns out they just don't use anything.
Yep.
Except for like the three random ones that spawn in as like a traveling uh
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know the ones you
caravan.
mean near the yeah near Station Charlie. I think it was right. I think that's like one of two NCR patrols in the vanilla game.
Yes, they'll spawn there, and then they'll be like, "Oh wait, these guys have different weapons for some reason." Ugh. I'm glad that TTW and other mods, or other good mods, fix those leveled lists. I mean, it's like they Obsidian half knew what they were doing. It's like
Yeah.
they made one half of the game, and then they hired a good team to do the other half.
Well, you know how it is. 18 microseconds of death time and all that.
Oh yeah, you know, only 18 more years of development. Like because the Legion leveled lists, they're very like deep in detail. They go all the way to like tier 4,
True.
and they're just complete redundancy for a lot of them.
Yeah, it's a very interesting kind of tidbit of like what's going on behind the scenes. Another interesting thing about the NCR is that there were some other dialogue factions set up to kind of differentiate generic officers from generic troopers. Like those factions exist, but they didn't write any lines for them. So even though like the NCR has like a shit ton of content on the overall scale of things, it's they are kind of half baked behind the scenes as well.
We love Obsidian; they're the best developers.
Well, I mean, it's more work for us. Good thing they didn't finish the game.
Yeah, you know, they left the rest of the game for us to develop, the modders.
Thank you, Obsidian.
Thank you,
Very
Obsidian.
cool.
You've taken many years off of people's lives. Let's see here. What is your favorite mod not made by you?
Um, Let me think. I mean, there's a couple. Um, when it comes to gameplay, I suppose I'd have to be a basic bitch and say Jam, because it's a very versatile mod that covers a lot of the basics that people used Project Nevada for back in the day before that mod was obsolete. Um, Beyond that, Dewey's Tweaks. Yeah, shout out to Dewey's Tweaks. Also shout out to Dewey, really nice guy. I actually met him in real life once. Yeah, nice dude. Um, oh yeah, the gag extender. Yeah, that's a big one. My life would be hell without the gag extender.
Mmm, Gek Extender, my beloved. It's such a good thing. Uh,
Oh yeah.
Postman asks, "What's your favorite landscape mod?"
Uh, I haven't used one in forever, honestly. So I can't like say for sure
I don't.
because like landscape mods have the issue that they tend to kind of conflict with every mod under the sun because yeah, they're just kind of addicted to placing rocks down where certain quest mods put a shack on a hillside or something like that. And that's just not something I want to deal with, so I just mostly don't use landscape mods anymore.
Very real. Um, what is your least favorite mod? What is a mod you just hate? Throwing
Uh,
shade. Let's do it.
I mean, I suppose that the inoffensive, obvious answer would be more adult content. That mod sucks ass. It's horrible. It shouldn't exist. It's a crime
More,
against mankind in the art of modding. And it pisses me off to no end that it's actually one of the most downloaded quest mods for this game, too.
more dull content.
More adult content.
Oh, adult content. Oh, that is dull.
Yeah.
Adult. Yeah. Yeah. Shoot that man.
Yeah, it's just very like sleazy and unpleasant, honestly.
What do you mean you don't like having Type 4 bodies pasted everywhere? Sex out.
Yeah.
You need to install Sex out, and it's broken fork of Jip LN. Or
Oh, it does? Excellent. Yeah.
yeah, clearly. What's a mod I hate? I think my inoffensive answer would probably be New Vegas Bounties 3. I think that's mine.
Ooh, okay.
Very, very spicy, yes. Broken mod is broken.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely reached for the stars with that one. But yeah, he maybe didn't quite get there.
Didn't quite get there.
I will say though, I'm a big fan of some guys' recent mods. Like I think Seven Grace from Now and Detour are probably his strongest mods yet. But of course, there's the big downside to them with the uncanny AI voices. He really didn't need to do that.
Yeah, I wonder if that's actually like him. Is it?
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
it like
it's
confirmed? Like some rooster is some
yeah,
guy? Okay,
yeah. He absolutely is. Yeah.
that's crazy. I wonder what made him come back to this hellscape.
I mean, modding is sort of a Hotel California situation.
What's your most hated Gek window? My most hated Gek window is more than likely the scripting window
Mm.
because when it doesn't compile and doesn't close, it makes me mad.
Oh yeah, yeah. It would be nice if it actually gave you like a message about what exactly it doesn't work and why it doesn't want
Oh,
to
it does.
compile.
It does with Kick Extender
Yes, somewhat sometimes, but I've
sometimes.
had issues before where like the issue was maybe I slightly misspelled some function or whatever, and for some reason it wouldn't give me like an error message.
What girls do you know that are using adult mods? What? Pistol Payback? That is a sentence I just read.
Yeah.
Girls are freaky. This is true. Girls are a mythical creature, and we'll never know. Internet girls have this itch. They read. Oh, sex books. Yeah, that's. I already know about all that stuff. But let's see here. What is your most hyped upcoming mod? It could be a mod from the Cabal. It could be something public. Who knows?
Um. hmm, Let me think. Well, I suppose like Kingman. That's a big one. Um. I think Fuse is one of the, or probably the best level designer working on this game right now. So always interested to see what he's cooking up. Uh, the Long 15, I suppose that one's gonna be pretty cool because I did quite like Triwells, so I'm looking forward to that one. Uh, and yeah, beyond that, I suppose I don't actually keep tabs on too many different mods that are in development. Uh, it's mostly just like a nice surprise when something pops up that looks like it's worth playing.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. Um, my most hyped mod is Nova Arizona. Always gonna plug that bit. 64-bit FNV. Never gonna happen. West Side Story and the New Frontier. Uh, Postman Six asks, "What is your end goal with the Living Desert, and is it in reach?"
Um, well, I mean, the thing is with Living Desert, I actually do have like a to-do list of stuff that I want to add to the mod still. And currently there are just shy of 200 entries. So the end point is not visible quite yet. It's definitely sort of, yeah, it's kind of an eternal WIP that I just can't come back to once or twice a year, add some more stuff, revamp some more stuff. So long as I don't grow tired of that, I suppose it's just going to be open-ended for now.
Evergreen project, always something to work on.
Yeah,
Always have that mod you'll never finish.
part of the charm. Kind of part and parcel, I suppose, for modders.
The Nexus comments will never end, unfortunately.
Okay, yeah, I suppose I could do without that one, but yeah.
Hey, your mod doesn't work. It doesn't matter that I'm using a Vortex with like 800 old mods that don't work in Project Nevada. It's your mod that's
Oh
the
yeah.
wrong.
Oh yeah, I had a very unique specimen earlier this year who he didn't use Johnny Guitar. He didn't know what Johnny Guitar was. Um it was like he just got teleported straight here from like 2019 or something.
That's lovely. See,
Yeah.
Johnny Guitar is the friends we made along the way.
Yeah, you know what they say. There was never a man like my Johnny.
Actually, that people, I'm getting my own Nexus comments here. Um, Updating the Living Desert to work with humping the Mojave. What the fuck is humping the Mojave? You know what? Don't answer that.
It's already natively supported, actually.
It's natively supported. Your favorite shit ass mod already supported.
Hey, yeah.
Just say that, and then they'll believe you. Um, what are some games that you play outside of New Vegas?
Let me think.
And do you mod other games?
So, uh, I don't mod other games right now. It's something I've thought about before, but I don't necessarily have the skill set for a lot of other games because it's quite easy to make mods for Bethesda games, not so much for pretty much any other kind of game.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of stuff I'm playing right now, I'm actually playing Pathologic 2 right now because I'm a masochist. Um, and beyond that, let me think, what else? Yeah, me and some friends have been replaying Dying Light, the first part lately, just after finishing Dead Island 2. We did not like that game, but Dying Light is pretty tight.
I mean, you mentioned masochism. I'm in the middle of a XCOM Enemy Within playthrough,
Ooh,
so
nice.
yeah,
I've
I'm
never played those games, but one of my friends, he's like a hardcore fan, so I know much more about these games than I could ever ask to.
Pascal, are you planning on adding anything like your robbable caravans mod to TLD?
Not necessarily, because Rollable Caravans, it already has a patch for TLD, but I think everyone's outdated. But I've been planning to revamp Rollable Caravans so it just doesn't need any patches and just supports any kind of mod where you have a merchant with a Brahmin following him by like implementing an event handler so you can activate the menu that way. So, I wouldn't need to add that kind of feature to Living Desert because you could just like install rollable caravans and yeah, it would automatically support Living Desert.
That's very interesting. I forgot you did make a robbable caravans mod.
Yeah, so do I sometimes. That was actually also surprisingly popular. I should probably see about finally making that update.
Uh, I wonder how that would work with like the scavengers and TTW, because I know sometimes they have random creatures following them. So if they have a Brahmin following them, if that would work, I don't know how that mod
Yeah, so
works.
yeah, I mean it's actually quite simple, really. Basically, that mod, as it currently functions, I added like a script to the Brahmin. So you activate the Brahmin, you get a pop-up with various skill checks you can do to open the trade inventory. And the way it does is basically does achieve that basically is that it checks for the Brahmin's linked reference because the Brahmin are set to follow the vendor, and it then checks for the linked references like merchant container, which is the containers hidden somewhere in the game world or some cell somewhere, which actually contains the trade inventory.
The Skyrim special. We do love how trader inventories are handled. Let's see here. What would you think is? One second. I had a good one here. I just completely lost it. What is the next thing that you want added to like New Vegas from like either a technical standpoint or just a spectacle?
Ooh, good question.
We have
Um,
Wall in chat. We can make this happen.
yeah, actually, well, you're the expert here. What's the next big thing in modding?
Speaking to the wall.
Oh yeah, as usual. Vagina bones. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I
Uh,
think vagina bones are gonna be the next big thing.
Cut. Nah, nah, nah. No vagina bones in New Vegas, please. He's not an expert. He just bought leaked source code.
Sounds like something an expert would do.
That does sound like an expert. We need to bring more of Skyrim to FNV. You're right. We need more chickens in Skyrim. I mean FNV.
Yeah, I would say Skyrim. I've been replaying that game a while ago. I haven't touched it in a couple of weeks, but I would say that game has like very nice lighting. just like the kind of environmental effects, the shadows. There's just some stuff there that New Vegas can't really do. Even with, I suppose it sort of can do that with NVR installed, but that also kind of takes a toll on performance. It would be nice if that stuff was like, you know, easier to implement, I suppose. But I don't really know my graphic modding too much. I have no idea how you actually implement something like that.
You just put Skyrim as a mod for Fallout New Vegas,
Hmm.
and you just have that world inside Fallout New Vegas, and clearly the lighting will have to follow, right? That's not an engine,
Definitely.
definitely not an engine thing. That turned out to be mostly useless. Oh wow, the source code being useful from an Obsidian game.
Hmm.
Who would know? No, it's not for TES. I think we're talking about two different things here.
Yeah, yeah, it seems that way. It's kind of fascinating.
Oh, Gamebryo 2.2. Oh, that's neat.
Hmm.
Skyrim 2 founded in Gamebryo 2.2. Don't you love how Bethesda's like used the same engine for 30 years?
I mean,
Oh,
it is
but
quite a
but
strong engine, yeah.
Creation Engine 2 is totally I will choke you. It's a good engine. Listen, you can say Creation Engine 2.0 is different, but you could still Skyrim up things. Bethesda is the problem. This is true.
Yeah, yeah, true. They don't really know what they're doing.
You added fish to New Vegas? Crazy.
Hmm? I did?
Yay, visible fish.
Oh, no, no. I mean, those fish is their vanilla assets. It's like a visual fix because there's a bug
Oh,
where, yeah, due to some alpha setting to both the fish assets and the underwater plants, you can actually see, like, they don't get shown above surface for like interior water. Like, it works
interesting.
fine for like, yeah, it works fine for like meat or whatever, but if you actually place those plants or fishes down in an interior, for some reason they're not shown unless you like modify the alpha value.
It's crazy how many bugs are still being fixed in the Year of Our Lord 2025 for this 10-year-old game.
Yeah,
Alrighty, we have reached the halfway point of the show. Do you have any questions for me?
yeah. Actually,
Oh,
I do. Why are you doing these interviews? Like, what was the motivating factor to spend hours of your life talking to social rejects like me?
so basically, it was free real estate. No one else was doing this,
Uh-huh.
and I initially proposed this idea to I think Mutant Mods, and then I was like, wait a minute, I could just do this. It's low effort content. All I do is hit record button and get uh 6 or 7 losers to come participate in the soapbox.
Yeah, true.
It's also good for community
We are
retention.
fairly easy to get, I think.
Yeah. Listen, everyone wants to hear your favorite talking heads talk and that get their terrible opinions. But I mean, it's easy to do. I used to do this for the Bionicle community actually, where I would
Oh,
get.
okay.
My biggest pull there was Bringus Studios. He's a tech YouTuber. He got like I think 200K or so subscribers. I got him on talking shit about Bionicle and tech for like an hour and a half. It was great.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
for like niche communities, 200,000 subscribers is basically like Hollywood level famous, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Um, like there's a few people I'd love to get on the show, like Hitman. That's never gonna happen.
Hmm.
Um, because Hitman is a recluse and very hard to contact. Not really.
Yeah. Love him though, great guy.
Hitman is a nice lady. Hitman is a nice lady indeed. Yes. Hitman is not a lady. I think. Take me next. I barely speak English. There's some people who live in this country that barely speak English. Um, I have to talk to them daily. Let's see here. Outside of that, like it's just fun. It's just fun, like hearing people's different opinions on things. At that YouTube jump scare for the recording on this.
Hmm.
Uh, it's just fun. Yeah, I get to talk
Yeah,
to people who have never spoken to before in person. So,
yeah,
well,
right. I mean, we've also kind of interacted on and off again over the years in like various Discord servers, but yeah, good to like get to know you more closely now.
yes, the boogeyman you know is better than the one you don't.
Absolutely.
Do you have more questions?
Um, Let me think. I suppose, yeah, another question I could ask. You did mention in the interview with Hughes that you had like a mod set in Baja California, which you gave up on. Do you have like any other ideas for quest mods that you figure you could pursue going forward, or is
Um,
that kind of a thing of the past now?
well, I don't ever intend on making a quest mod because I cannot be fucked to set up quest conditions, but
Hmm.
like I've had ideas of like doing like something HP Lovecraft based with like the King in
Okay.
Yellow because that's my favorite entity from his works. Um, the next like mod I'll probably actually make is an armor mod I've been sitting on for like half a year at this point, which is just like Mark II adventurer clothes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I mean,
What
to be fair, half a year is like almost nothing. I mean, I've been working on the quest mod that I'm kind of creating for almost 5 years now. So you're doing all right.
I mean, I will say that power to some of these people who are actually like sitting down and making these quest mods. Like, I know, what's his name, Whiteout went from making finishing drywalls to like immediately jumping on to long 15, and that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely crazy. I mean, TriWest itself was, no small feat for a first-time project.
Yeah, that's crazy. Fun fact: I am credited in drywells as Mister Another Millennia because I did a voice for like one of the merchants.
It's been a while since I played that mod, but I suppose next time I do, I could, keep my ears open and see if I can spot you somewhere.
I believe Mike Burnfire killed me in his playthrough of that mod.
Ooh, nice.
Yes, murdered by Mike, everyone's
Well,
favorite.
that's a bit of a badge of honor, really.
You know what? That's fair enough. Other ideas for quest mods, like I'd really like to do something with like a radio mod, like a mod to like get a new station up that like you control the music.
That's a cool idea. That's something that hasn't been done before, I think.
I don't know how it would work with like custom music tracks, but like it could be something interesting. What's something else? Chem smuggling mod. That's literally. I think there is a mod that is smuggling chems. I just can't remember the name of it right now. We need realistic drug recipes. You see, very important. We must like Walter White look like a joke. Yes.
Actually, yeah, that's something that just came to mind. We don't really have a mod that's like up to date that adds like visual effects to different camps. Like that would be kind of cool if you actually had mods that added like, I mean, actually maybe it exists and I just don't know about it. But if your vision got all wobbly because you're drunk or kind of I don't know dyed red because you're on psycho, stuff like that
I
would
think
be cool.
I know that Outlander made a quote unquote realistic alcoholism mod
All right,
where your character
let
just
me check.
falls down randomly when they're drunk, which is
That's not a bad idea.
yeah. He made it for a YouTuber, I believe, on commission.
Nice.
Postman 6 says, "Make faction overhauls, and my balls are yours, Pascal." I don't think he wants your balls.
Yeah, yeah, you can keep them. It's all right. Thank you anyway. It's very kind of you.
Um, but yeah, other mods I do, I kind of want to do like a similar to like the Hitman, like the town companies fall hunting you down. Like I guess just like a generic Merc mod that like is a town company adjacent or something like that. Something simple. I know that exists, but
Yeah,
like I want to do my own thing.
yeah, that's valid enough. There's only so many original ideas. Really, it's often just about how you actually implement it.
Make an overhaul of AI packages and FNV towns. No, that sounds terrible. I
Yeah,
don't.
fun fact: Living Desert actually started with that kind of goal. I actually wanted to make two modules, one of which would overhaul existing NPCs, and one of which would add new stuff to the game. But I also quickly noticed that essentially that is mod conflict hell. Like every single mod that affects any NPC in the base game is going to be incompatible out of the box with that mod, and so I just couldn't be bothered to do it.
Davia asked, "What's your favorite bad mod, like Bellevue Bill or something?" My favorite bad mod is another Millennia. No. My favorite bad mod is probably honestly, I want to say We Want More because it's hilariously broken and doesn't work correctly. That's my favorite mod.
Hmm.
That's bad. I've tried. I've tried quite a few times to fix that mod. It's just not happening.
Yeah, some of these mods, just the way they're made, you'd have to start over from the beginning because you can't really fix what's there.
Oh yeah, 100%. What about you, Pascal? What's your favorite bad mod?
I mean, I will say, War Dogs 1 or 2, I think it was, really made me laugh with that one quest where you just poison everyone in Freeside for no reason, and it's depicted as like some kind of moral dilemma. I thought that was very funny, very inspired.
Oh yes, wasn't that made by the guy who did War Trash? Or am I getting my things mixed up?
Oh yeah, sorry, I mean War Trash. I think I said War Dogs
Yeah,
by accident.
War. Yeah, that's War Trash.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
that's a terrible mod. Do I poison this entire community for Le Funny? True.
I think
Uh,
we've all been there, yeah.
Me whenever I post VTuber pics in the Fallout Discord.
Ew.
Any more questions to round off the question the host segment?
I suppose, no, no, I don't think so.
Alrighty. Now we will turn to the comment section. Everyone, please ask your questions for Elpascal and I, and we will answer them. One at a time, orderly manner. And then we'll wrap up.
Right, Search You Booth asks, no pressure, but how's the progress for West Side Story? Um, it's going pretty good. Like right now, I'm trying to work on it every day just to make a bit of progress. I do actually have a progress tracker, which has recently, recently, it has reached a point where the playable part, the part of the mod that you can play start to finish without any interruptions, where the content isn't done yet, that's already in excess of 3 hours. So it's actually coming along quite nicely, and I hope to finish and publish that mod next year.
Wall asks, question one, why do you say now we turn to the comment section if you read and answered the comment section through the entire and whole interview? Fuck you, Wall. Next question. What is your favorite mod you've worked on?
Um, I mean, out of all the ones that I've worked on that I didn't make myself, I suppose. Let me think. I mean, I did recently help out on Hitman's crappy weapons pack. I thought that was kind of cool. That's a very fun mod idea. I added I modified the underwater cave a bit. I added the section where you can find the flintlock pistol. Um, I suppose the frontier is like it's not one of my favorite mods, but just like the sheer ambition and scale of it is quite impressive. I think TG Spice, you know, he's definitely like one of the best people in the community, pretty much. Like his organizational skills are next to none. And if I had to pick like my favorite out of my own mods, I'd say West Side Story, just because it's supposed to be kind of my flagship. Yeah,
My favorite mod I've worked on. I also did work on the crappy weapon pack with like some of the ideas for it. Um,
Nice.
but I got it. I want to say my favorite is probably cop out. No, my favorite mod's my stupid ghoul mod. Um, the what is it called? Another ghoul variant mod. That's my favorite mod I've worked on.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That one's good. I've used that
Um,
one during my last TTW run.
let's see here. If you could force President Arksy Harger to add a gun to AM, what would it be? Dabia asks. Gun to your head.
Yeah.
I guess gun to my head.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Gun to my head. You should add that to the mod. Just a weapon you can use to shoot yourself at any time.
Ah, the good old reverse Glock.
Yeah.
I'll add it to the list. What is your plan for the rest of 2025? Any major updates for any mods this year?
So I'm hoping to push out one update for Living Desert still.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully before January, but we shall see because the to-do list for the next update's already grown quite long. We shall see if I can actually pull that off till the end of this year. Um, beyond that, I would like to revisit some of my other mods, specifically Robbable Caravans and Unfriendly Persuasion, and see if I can't update them somehow, maybe polish them a bit more since they've been out for quite a couple of years and my skills have grown since then. Yeah, beyond that, I'll just be working on my quest mod and I will try to finish off a couple more quests.
All right, last call for questions, and then we will wrap for the day. Who would you like to see on the next episode of the Arksy Harger Show? Who's someone you want on here?
I Yeah, I think it would be cool to maybe have TG Spy on here, I suppose, to kind of talk about the frontier rework, how that's going.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Beyond that, oh, actually, another person who could maybe be interesting for the further future could be Ashton LP 101, because I know he's actually about to publish a very big and ambitious quest mod that he's been working on for a couple of years. I know he's been casting voice actors for that lately. So yeah, I suppose he could also be a good candidate once that mod is out.
Alrighty, I'll keep my eyes up for it. Thank you for coming on. I'm glad that we were able to get a time slot worked in, despite being on opposite
Yeah.
sides of the fucking planet.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, always. I love talking to my favorite modders. Uh, next episode we will try to get the Nova Arizona guy on, probably.
Ooh,
So
that's also gonna be interesting. Definitely
yes.
gonna tune in for that one.
So anyway, thank you guys for coming on, and I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys next week.
See ya.
Bye.